Hello.
Then, now,
Showdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, welcome to episode number 35 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We are here for Raw for Monday, September 9th, 2024. It is the go-home show for Bash of Berlin tonight. And we have our main event for the show, which was determined last week when AJ Styles and Gunther won their respective matches to... Well, actually, no, I take it back. That's not the main event of the show. We announced it on the community post after last week. The World Tag Team Championship match between Imperium and Path of the Dragon will be the show's main event. Because, fuck it, why not? But the WWE Championship match will be Gunther and AJ Styles. And we have a whole lot more to get to tonight. So without any more further ado, let's jump straight into tonight's show. The show opens up with Imperium coming down to the ring. Going for Ludwig Gio. And Gunnar gets into the ring. And he says, last week, you all saw professional wrestling excellence once again. When I, the Ring General Gunther, was victorious in my main event match against Montez Ford. Which means that this Saturday night, in the country where I made a name for myself in this business, Germany, I will become the new WWE Champion. My opponent on that night is a man who I've never stepped foot into the ring with before. AJ Styles. Now AJ, recently you pulled a bit of a ruse over people's eyes. You made people think that you were retiring. And honestly, with the way I was seeing how you were moving around in this ring, I wouldn't blame you for not wanting to harm your legacy by continuing on into a ring and getting eclipsed by people like me. But that's all well and good, because after Saturday night, when you step into the ring with the Ring General in Berlin, this time, your retirement, it won't just be a little tease. I'll put you straight back there. And then Ludwig takes the mic and he goes, and this Saturday night, the Ring General, becoming the new WWE Champion, is not the only Imperium Championship victory on that show, as it was announced that myself and Giovanni Vinci of Imperium will challenge for the World Tag Team Championships in Berlin against the Path of the Dragon. That match in my home country, Germany's greatest export, Ludwig Kaiser, coming home. And he's gonna bring championship gold with him. That's when AJ Styles doesn't interrupt. He goes, Ludwig, don't shut up on my account. Or continue on. Unless, of course, you're finished yapping your mouth in here. I want to talk to you, Gunther. You know, you spoke a big game just now. Talk about how you were going to retire the phenomenal AJ Styles. Did you not learn a damn thing from the last month or so? Ever since I kicked Finn Balor to the curb, I proved that I was better than him and he was holding me back. I've been on a quest to get back to the top here at the WWE. Because I'm getting on in my career, but I'm still damn phenomenal. And a chance to become WWE Champion once again, you don't get those every month, Gunther. Like you do when you choke every single time. You think being in Berlin, the country that you got into this business competing in, is going to be enough to prevent you from choking on Saturday night? Well, I got bad news for you, kid. Because it doesn't matter if it's Berlin, if it's Japan, if it's Florida, or if it's right here in the American Airlines Center. AJ Styles is and will always be phenomenal. And Gunnar just laughs and he goes, "You know, AJ, I'm glad you're out here, because it means I can say this to you face to face. Quite frankly, I've always found you a little bit overrated. You were carried by some of the greatest wrestlers when you were first getting into your career back in TNA. Guys like Kurt Angle. Guys like Samoa Joe. And now you're here in WWE. You became WWE Champion at one of the worst, weakest times of this company's great sports history. And you were there overseeing the decline of this great sport. And as the leader of this great sport, the greatest professional wrestler alive today, I cannot let the greatest, most prestigious, most famous championship in this great sport fall back into your hands. So you keep talking, AJ. I'll see you at Berlin. And the Ring General will once again rule Monday Night Raw." So yeah, just a quick promo battle between AJ and Gunnar before Bash in Berlin. Spoiler alert that we haven't seen the last of Gunnar tonight, because we're going to cut backstage to Path of the Dragon, being interviewed by Kathy Kelly. And Kathy says, it was announced last week, Tozawa, Humberto, you two will be defending your World Tag Team Championships against Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci of Imperium in the main event of Bash in Berlin this Saturday night. And Humberto says, "We've had a rough year or so, Kathy. And to stand here finally as the World Tag Team Champions after everything that, Humberto or something that Akira's been through, it means a lot. We didn't really know if this day would ever come again. And we thank all the fans for their support along the way, but we're not stupid. Ludwig Kaiser this Saturday night is going into his home backyard, and he's going to be beloved. So there's going to be a little bit of a different feeling for myself and Akira, because we don't know how the fans are going to react, because they might want their hometown boy to win, but he's a bit of an asshole if I do say so myself, so you never know." And then Zergus steps into camera, and he goes, "Akira and Humberto this Saturday night are going to be dealing with Giovanni and Ludwig. But tonight, I want Gunther." And he walks off. So yeah, there's our main event tonight. Zergus against Gunther. There was a timeline where I actually had Montez Ford beat Gunther, and Gunnar and Zergus was on the pay-per-view. But I went with this timeline instead. I like this timeline better. But I still want to do Zergus and Gunther. So here we go. 77 rated match. Sure. Dominic Mysterio does cheat to beat... Well, he doesn't cheat. Well, he kind of does. But Christian gets involved and helps Dominic Mysterio defeat Finn Balor in 11 minutes and 18. Again, via interference by Christian. 79 for Finn, 80 for Dominic. And yeah, nice little win for Dirty Dom. And after the match, Christian and Dominic, of course, start attacking Finn Balor again. Christian demanding a thank you from Finn. That's when Dijak rushes out. He makes the save. This time he does get his hands on Christian. He hits Christian with a Feast Your Eyes, as Dominic has to pull his knocked out unconscious father out of the ring. And then Dijak gets the mic and he goes, "This is not over yet. Not until I put both your asses in the dirt. How about it, myself and Finn Balor against you two dorks at Bash in Berlin?" And yeah, there we go. Tag team match official for Bash in Berlin. It'll be Finn Balor teaming with Dijak against Christian and Dirty Dom. Then get a quick backstage segment. Buddy Bloody Murphy is chilling when Damian Priest walks up to Buddy Murphy. He goes, "Hey man, how you doing? Long time no see." Buddy goes, "Cut the bullshit, Priest. What do you want?" He goes, "Well, I'm just, former tag team championship partner. I wanted to come see how my old friend was getting on. It's been a bit of a rough couple of weeks for you so far." Buddy goes, "Oh, here we go." And Priest goes, "What?" He goes, "You're going to come to me and you're going to say, 'Hey, buddy, you want to get the band back together. You want to join the grand jury, I saw what happened with you and Trick. You tried so hard to get Trick, and Trick, he turned you away. I am about that life, Priest. I hear you've got this new mastermind that you're going to reveal tonight. Good luck with that. Knock yourself out. I won't be a part of it." And he leaves. And Priest sort of shakes his head and goes, "Oh, buddy, 75 rated segment. It's Becky. She's backstage. Lyra is here. For some reason I forgot to put her in the segment. But Lyra is there. Becky, Lyra, and Kelly Killer. Yes. Killer Kelly in their locker room. He goes, how long are we in Berlin for, Bird Girl? She goes, I don't know, like 3 days. She went, 3 days? So, how much of this am I supposed to be packing? Lyra goes, 3 days worth of clothes. Becky, that's all you need. She went, but I can't be seen out in public in the same... When you're as big time as me and you're a best-selling author like I am, people can come at you left and right. I can't be seen in the same outfit more than once. I never used to be like this snobby about fashion. But, and Lyra's like, yeah, money and fame, it changes you. Becky goes, you're so right, Bird Girl. Anyway, that fat ogre Piper Niven tonight has demanded a match against one of us ahead of Bash in Berlin. And Lyra goes, oh, charming. She goes, well, what I was going to say, Bird Girl, is I'm not doing it. Because, I didn't think for 1 second that you would. Then Becky goes, no, Bird Girl, relax, it's fine. Kelly will do it. And then Kelly sort of turns around and she goes, excuse me? She goes, come on, Kelly. Quite frankly, I'm disappointed of you bumming this place out every single week. You're lucky I don't boot you out of my locker room for the way you look. Kelly goes, charming. But you have a chance to actually do me a favour here tonight. If you want to be part of Becky Lynch and the Misfits. And Kelly goes, I don't. But if you do, because everybody does, you can take care of Piper Niven tonight. Soften her up so she can't even make Berlin. And I can pick apart the bones of Tegan Knox. Because she's nothing by herself. Kelly goes, well, I am down for an opportunity to try and prove myself against the former Women's World Champion. Or Women's Tag Team Champion, even. He goes, great. Good luck, girl. She sort of shoves her around the locker room. Then cut to the ring. Katana Chance is in there, raving. She's got a chance to prove herself here on Monday Night Raw, but her opponent is Shirai. Shirai gets a big spooky entrance. I think this is the first time she's actually wrestled on Raw since the character change. She's had a couple of matches on Heat, but that's about it. Gets a 64. Shirai does win in quite short fashion with a drop kick. 69 for Shirai, 61 for Katana Chance. After the match, Shirai stands tall when Manny rushes out from the back. And he gets in the ring. He goes, hey, you won! She sort of glares at him. Evil contacts in. And Manny goes, hey, you won? Shirai after Shirai. And she sort of just barges past him and walks up the ramp. And Dio just laughs. He goes, hey, cold shoulder her. Manny goes, step it! This is serious. Okay, I don't like what I just saw just now. Dio goes, nah. No, nobody does. But hey, it's our mess, but we've got to clean it up. And they leave and follow Shirai back out. Quick video. I had nothing else to do with LA Knight and Jay White and Wes Lee tonight. So we just get a quick video package hyping up their tensions from SummerSlam and beyond. Or from before SummerSlam when Wes Lee got involved in this stuff and then accidentally screwed LA Knight to purposefully screwing LA Knight to last week's double count out to the upcoming Intercontinental Championship triple threat match at Bash in Berlin. Then see Montez Ford in his locker room. He's watching, his loss to Gunther on the TV. He's sort of just taking it all in. Norman comes and goes, hey, my guy, how you doing? And he goes, I blew it, Oro. This is my chance to get back in the big time, my chance to once again be world champion. And I threw it all away. He goes, hey, don't beat yourself up. It's Gunther. Gunther's one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. It happens to the best of us. We all come up short sometimes. Tess goes, I gave it everything I could, and I appreciate even the people last week. They saw that I gave it my all, and I don't know why that really helped me. That really got to me. Because hey, you see, as much as you may try and push people away, it is people's acceptance that everybody in this earth craves. You're not weird for wanting acceptance, my guy. Montez Ford goes, you're right. I don't know why I spent so long fighting against it. These people, for all these years, were trying to root for me. They wanted me to go out on my own because they believed in me. And all I did was either let them down, or when I did succeed, I did it in spite of those people that wanted me to get to the top in the first place. And I know B and Chikara have been having their own little thing right now, but I'm glad to have you around. It's been eye-opening, to say the least. He goes, hey, no problem, my guy. Now, you watch on Friday, I'm going to become the number 1 contender for the Speed Championship, and if I become a champion, I need you to become a champion too, my guy. And Tess goes, yeah. Yeah, we'll both be champions soon. 72 raid match. One we sort of set up on Heat last week. Tatum wanted a partner against Sol Ruca and Zoe Stark, and it was Mina Shirakawa, because they've been beefing on Heat. And it is Sol Ruca and Zoe Stark who pick up the win, though, because I've been beating them, I say them, Zoe, mainly, a lot recently. So, Sol Ruca does pin Mina Shirakawa with the Soul Snatcher, because Jade Cargill can run in and distract Tatum Paxley and pull her off, and then they can pin Mina. Nice. 72 for Mina, 73 for Tatum, 57 for Zoe, and a 66 for Sol. Nice. Nice little match, sure. Another video package, because this basically all wrapped up last week. Cody Rhodes and Bronson Steiner, their issues from the night after SummerSlam when Bronson Steiner came out and speared Cody Rhodes for no reason. Because he can't be WWE champion, so he's going to step up to the top dog and try and knock him off his perch. Can he do it? We'll have to wait and find out on Saturday. We then cut to the ring. Damian Priest, Emerson Frost, and Ken Cobain come out. And Priest, you can tell he's a little bit. There's a guy in a hood as well. Like they bring out the guy with them, but his face is covered. You can't see who he is. He's dressed like a druid, basically. And Priest says, "The grand jury in recent months has become a bit of a laughing stock here on Monday Night Raw. We tried. We extended our hand out to Trick, and Trick said no. We tried to take Trick by force, and last week he made me look like a chump. I don't appreciate that. But Trick, as far as I'm concerned, you're good to go. You're good to go off and do your own thing right now. The grand jury, we don't need you. But what the grand jury does need is direction. What the grand jury does need is focus. What the grand jury does need is a true mastermind. And sure, I may lead the way with Emerson and Ken by my side, but this man right here, he's going to tell us all what to do, because he's had followers in the past and taken them on to great heights. And now, it's time for him to do the same to us." And then he takes his hood down, and it is Raven. I've had Raven signed for like a year, because I've had the new Ravens flock goal for a while. And like I've had him sat there. I've had like 5 different iterations of a potential flock in my head. I think I was too dead set on making it ECW because it's Raven. But the way that the grand jury story is going soon, I really want him to be here because I get to do some fun stuff in a couple of months with them. So yeah, Raven, he's the mastermind of the grand jury. Emerson and Ken seem kind of shocked to see him. They pull the mask down, and he pulls his hood, and Raven reveals his face, and he goes, "Were you expecting someone else?" And then Emerson and Ken, like, behind his back, sort of just start to go, "Yeah, we were." He goes, "For many years, I have formed my own flocks, as Priest said, and those flocks have gone on to form greatness. And with me at the helm of the grand jury, this is my new flock. Priest, he's been a world champion on paper for the last 3 years, but he's never been able to reach that top. He reached the grand jury, he was in the Church of Rollins, and nobody of these could lead him the way that I can lead him. Emerson and Ken, the most underrated tag team here on Monday Night Raw, will soon be tag team champions because of their leadership. But there's still space for one more kid in our group, and that's where we do expand and spread our wings out to you, Buddy Murphy." And Buddy Murphy does come out, and he goes, "First of all, hi, Raven, big fan. Second of all, we just went over this with Priest in the back, okay? Me and Priest, we've had our past, actually came together because we both followed the same crazy, insane person. But that's in the past. I'm looking to become my own man right now. And he goes, become your own man, huh? And where's that got you? What have you done since you lost the WWE Championship, huh? Nothing. Every single time you step out here, it's to try and make a name for yourself and rebuild the Buddy Bloody Murphy brand. But what does the Buddy Bloody Murphy brand even stand for nowadays? It stands for a guy who used to be great and fell off. Because we offered it to you to come and rejoin Damian Priest and relive that success, the only success you found since becoming WWE Champion and losing it. But you're saying no. By all means, sit and drown by yourself when you can come and fly with the flock. But he goes, I actually have a match, so if you don't mind getting out of my ring, I'll get on with it. And then the flock, I guess, they're still the grand jury, but I'll alternate between the two names because, they're still the grand jury at heart. But they are also, I want to call them the flock a lot, so then you know that this is the new flock goal, ticked off. But yeah, we then cut to Buddy Murphy's match. It is against Trick Williams. Trick comes out and he sort of looks at the grand jury as they cross past on the ramp. And Trick Williams has to defeat Buddy Murphy in 12 minutes and 30 by pinfall. 71 for Buddy Murphy, 73 for Trick Williams. So yeah, Buddy rejected the advances of the grand jury and Raven and the new flock or whatever. Says he wants to be his own man, but his own man got beat tonight. Makes you think. We then see Bayley approaching Stephanie Vaquer backstage. He goes, hey, can we talk? And Stephanie sort of follows her out, looking annoyed. He's like, what do you want? She went, I just want to apologize for last week. I know tensions, you know how things be in this business. Tensions, they get the better of us. And I didn't mean to call you a bitch and smack you and hit you on the floor. I respect the hell out of you and, I actually kind of like you. Stephanie goes, well, thanks, but I don't accept your apology. At least not until Sunday. Because on Saturday, we're still enemies. And I'll become WWE Women's Champion. Whether I've got to beat you for it, or Tiffany, or Nova. That's when Mariah May and Emery Porter do walk into frame and they're like, oh, don't mind us. We're just here on Tiffy duty. Okay, because Tiffy is already on her way to Berlin. She's got some great German heritage in her. And she wants to get to know the sights and sounds of the place where she'll host our Tiffy party. When she becomes... Tiffy... Actually, no. Tiffy party sounds far too sketch. Tiffy-bration. Once she wins the Women's Championship on Saturday night. And you two are already, kissing and making up because you know that you're going to have each other and that's it. Because you're not going to have a little championship that's going to be around the waist of the blonde Barbie, Tiffany Stratton. Bayley goes, well, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. And then as her and Stephanie go to walk off, they are jumped by Anne-Marie and Mariah, who leave them laying. We then cut to Bobby Roode's office. Just Bobby Roode in there, there's no Triple H tonight. And Gable walks in and he goes, Bobby! And he goes, yes, Chad. He goes, are you jealous of me? Bobby Roode goes, why this time, Chad? He goes, you see, I thought having a former tag team championship partner by my side in this room as one of the higher powers of Monday Night Raw would get me great opportunities and a chance to prove myself that I am the greatest Mr. Money in the Bank of all time, but yet all I've had to sit here and do since you took over is come into your office and bitch and moan. Is this Triple H's fault? Where's he at tonight? But because he's actually got an announcement to make at the end of the show. And he's had to go off to prepare for it right now. Gable goes, I don't care. Are you conspiring against Chad Gable? Bobby goes, no, Chad, we've just had a very busy couple of weeks. He goes, I say because you're jealous, because I'm far exceeded your career. I've got this, so I'm going to become a world champion like you never did. And then you'll be forever the Janetti of our little tag team. And he's mad because I outsmarted him and knew what was happening with his little boyfriend CM Punk before he did. And it all blew up in his face. And I stand here with a big smile on my face knowing that I was right, like always. And you two can't handle either of those two facts, so you're not letting me wrestle. And Bobby Roode goes, well, how about next week we'll put you in a match, Chad? That's fine. Gable goes, I shouldn't have to be dragged kicking and screaming into a match as your greatest wrestler here on Raw and your future world champion. But Bobby, thank you for finally allowing Chad Gable to do what he does best. Compete at an Olympic level. 78. Sure, we'll take that. Bianca and Cora. One-on-one singles match. Bianca Belair does pick up the win. 16:57, so it's actually quite a long one. But yeah, she does pick up the win with the KOD. And that's a statement victory for her. You know, she's been trying to get at Cora for months. And she finally puts her down. 82 for Bianca Belair, 76 for Cora Jade. And Bianca, you know, she's celebrating. She's swinging her braid round on the top rope. When, at ringside, Cora Jade and Roxy Perez jump Jakara Jackson. They, like, throw her into the barricade and, like, start double-teaming her. When Bianca spots that, she slides out of the ring. She grabs a chair and starts to chase them off, and they run through the crowd. Bianca grabs the mic. She starts, like, patting it. She's like, oh, girl. Okay. Now, Cora, I just whipped your ass in this ring right now, so I understand why you'd be a little bit frustrated. But, you don't take that out on my girl Jakara here, right? Okay? First of all, you started running your mouth about her last week. I don't appreciate that. She's like family to us. And this ain't really about me getting my revenge on you two. It's about her getting her revenge on you two. So, as far as I'm concerned, this thing, it ain't over until she stands tall and proves you two wrong about the way you were disrespecting her last week. So unless you're scared, why don't you two little girls hop on your little phones backstage, do your little tweeting and your little passive-aggressive posting, but while you're there, you're looking for flight tickets from now to Saturday night to Berlin, and me and Jakara will whip your ass at Bash in Berlin. So yeah, Bianca Belair and Jakara Jackson against Cora and Roxy, the final match on. It might be a kickoff match, I'm not sure. I'm still unsure as to whether this will be a kickoff match. It'll either be 9 main card matches or 8 and 1. And this is the only thing I could possibly bump. You could say the Christian Dominic versus Finn and Dijak match could also be bumped to the pre-show, but I can't because I want that on the main show for reasons. But I'm still unsure if this will be on the main show or not. It feels well built, so it feels well built enough to be on the main show, but also 9 is an icky number. And I like having 8 on pay-per-views. Interview, Kathy Kelly's with Nova Nebula. She says, Nova, on Saturday night, you've got your first defense of the Women's Championship. You've got to face 3 challenges. Nova goes, it doesn't seem fair, does it? Kathy, you're a smart girl. Allow me to brainstorm this with you right now, okay? As your WWE Women's Champion, you know, I finally got a hold of the championship that I needed for so long. And I'm not going to drop it anytime soon. That's why Bobby Roode and Triple H and anybody up there has thrown 3 women at me. But luckily for them, I'm so good I can beat them all. A normal woman has a 25% chance of retaining her championship in this kind of match, Kathy. Now, in some universes, that's 100. And some, it's 0. There is a multiverse out there where, on Saturday night, I walk down to the ring and I lose the WWE Women's Championship to anybody. But luckily, that's not the one we're living in right now. I, as the new champion and queen of the cosmos, have been overcoming odds for as long as I can remember. And as fate should seal that I got the hold of my championship that I need after all this time, it shall seal that at Bash in Berlin, whether it be Tiffany or Stephanie or Bailey, I will still be champion. And then cut to Gorilla. Becky Lynch there, 2 tag team champions over her shoulder. She goes, where the hell is she? Killer Kelly walks up. She just in her, standard wrestling gear. She's like, Becky just throws her hands up at the air. She goes, what? She goes, you're not wearing the gear I made you. Killer Kelly goes, no, I don't want to wear that. I'm wearing this. This is what I wrestle in. I don't want to look like an idiot, okay? Like you do every single week. Because, oh, I see how it is. You're not feeling the Becky Stardust vibe. It's okay. It catches us all. It grows on everybody. It starts, You don't want it, like Bird Girl didn't want it. And then she turned up and up and up, and then she got it. That'll be you, Kelly. I'll start thinking of your cute little nickname now. Kelly goes, well, my name is Killer Kelly. I don't know if I need a special nickname. And I'm not joining you. Shut up. Okay, I'm only here to defend my friend, who is the rightful tag team champion that you won't acknowledge, but I will. And get a big victory tonight to help boost my career and push me further. But he goes, well, we'll see. In fact, I'll come out there tonight and watch. And then Becky does follow Kelly out for the match. Gets a 78, which is actually pretty good. Considering 73 for Piper, 70 for Kelly. But Kelly does give it a go. I imagine there was like one specific like slam or Samoan drop or something. Some big power move on Piper Niven that is like gets the crowd popping. But in the end, obviously, Piper Niven is the one getting a championship match on Saturday, so she does pick up the win with a Michinoku driver in 11:49. 70 for Killer Kelly, 73 for Piper Niven. And yeah, nice win for one of the Liberators here. Next week, there's a lot of stuff we don't know because it will depend on the results of Bash in Berlin. But we have got 2 matches announced for next week. The first being Chad Gable will be in action. That's all we know. He said to Bobby Roode, he went, put me in a match, you're jealous of me. Oh, we went, alright, bet. We don't know who he's facing, but Chad Gable will be in action next week. Plus, a tag team match just announced following the attack. Regardless of who the WWE Women's Champion is coming out of Bash in Berlin, Bayley or Stephanie Vaquer, one of those two could be the champion, but they are going to team up against Anne-Marie Porter and Mariah May on next week's episode of Raw, plus, obviously all the fallout of Bash in Berlin. And speaking of Bash in Berlin, we have the final 2 matches set for that show. The first being a tag team match with Christian and Dirty Dominic Mysterio taking on Dijak and Finn Balor in tag team action, plus another tag team match, Bianca Belair and Jakara Jackson of EST taking on Cora Jade and Roxy Perez following weeks of, back and forth, and Roxy and Cora, being dickheads. And then cut backstage, Becky's moaning at Killer Kelly. I think I know where everything went wrong for you tonight. And Kelly goes, oh, do tell. She goes, it's because you're not in the zone. You're not feeling the Becky vibes. You're not feeling the big time Becky Stardust World Tour rockstar vibe. Okay, and I get it, someone like you, it's going to be a bit hard to sell. Kelly goes, what do you mean someone like me? He goes, a loser. But anyway, I'm thinking next time, should there be a next time, because I'm generous like that, you listen to me and you wear the gear and we win. Kelly goes, there's no we, there's no us, okay? I don't want to be anywhere near you and your little crew. I just want to be with my friend who is the rightful women's tag team champion, and one day, maybe you'll acknowledge that, instead of being so stuck up your own ass that you can't see anything apart from what you ate for dinner last night. And Becky goes, I'm on a diet, so it's just chicken and salad for me. And Kelly goes, oh, enough of that. She opens the door, and Lyra's been laid out. Which is interesting, because obviously, there are 4 culprits that your wrestling fan brain would immediately jump to here and go, well, it was either Kelly, Becky, or one of the Liberators. All 4 of those women were at ringside, so it couldn't have been any of them. But somebody has jumped Bird Girl in the back, and she's just laid out in the locker room. She goes, oh, Bird Girl? This isn't the time for napping! She slaps her in the face. And then she stands over, he just turns around to Kelly and goes, I think someone attacked Bird Girl. Kelly goes, no. She looks down at her, starts rubbing her chin. And Kelly goes, well, come on. What's big time Beck's thinking here? And she sits down. She just turns to Kelly and goes, do you think she'll make it to Berlin, or are we going to have to weekend at Bernie's her? Kelly goes, oh my god, you're... And she just leaves the room. And then Becky, kneels down next to Lyra, cradles her in her arms and starts crying loudly, going, no, I'll find whoever did this, Bird Girl, don't you worry. Only I get to disrespect my Bird Girl around here. 90 rated main event. Gunther and Zergus have a big wild brawl, and Gunther does pick up the win with a last symphony in 13:40. 97 for Gunther, 71 for Zergus. 90, is the floor for all Gunther matches, so yeah, expected. But yeah, nice little showing for Zergus here. His first proper singles match since being a babyface again. And then, at the end of the show, Gunther stands tall. He strikes the Imperium pose, with Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci by his sides. The little graphic pops up in the bottom corner. But, like, as we fade away, like, I'm actually, that's the visual I've got in my head. It's like, Gunnar stood there with the Imperium pose, but, like, as the screen starts to fade, you see AJ Styles fly in and just wipe him out with a phenomenal forearm. And the commentators start going, oh my god, it's AJ, and then the crowd's going mental. And then it cuts out. Like, you know, cliffhanger ending. AJ Styles just stuck a phenomenal forearm on Gunnar. Who will leave Berlin as the new WWE champion? We'll have to wait and find out. But, after we fade away, we fade back into something else. Like, the show's not over. Because Triple H pops up on the screen. It says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Raw has been in a bit of a state of chaos since the events of SummerSlam, where our WWE Championship main event between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk didn't end the way we did. Punk showed unprofessionalism and is currently suspended and has been stripped of the WWE Championship. In the fallout of that show, one of our top WWE superstars, Seth freaking Rollins, has been rather outspoken about the company and its handling of the event. So much so that Seth has not showed up to work since the night after the incident. After weeks of trying to contact Seth, of coming up short, we here at WWE have had no choice but to terminate the contract of Seth Rollins, effective immediately. We wish Seth all the best, and we truly do apologize that it had to end this way, and we extend with open arms for him to return to WWE at some point in the future. We apologize to anybody who may be convenienced, any fans of Seth Rollins. All we can do is apologize and provide you a fantastic Bash in Berlin premium live event this Saturday, where a new WWE champion will be crowned. Then, now, and forever. A2 show. Sure. Yeah, what matters more is like you thought of the show. Do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the other side for Heat when the Women's Breakout Tournament continues. Heat kicks off with an 82 rated tag team match. Now, we've got the two Breakout Tournament matches tonight, so I wanted a really good match on the show, and I thought these two teams would deliver, namely Shayna and Naomi. But, yes. The Fierce and the Fabulous do pick up the win over Nightlight, Shayna Baszler submitting Shantae Washington with a Kirifuda clutch. 83 for Naomi, 67 for Shantae, 84 for Shayna Baszler, and a 73 for Carmella. Nice little opening match here tonight. We then cut back to the J-Flow locker room. And Chelsea Green walks in, with a big empty box. She's sweaty, her J-Flow, she's still dripped head to toe in J-Flow gear. The implication being that she's been out all week, selling the J-Flow merch shirts. She goes, here, it's empty. We've finished. It's fine. And then Mackie sort of spots like a little bit of a pink piece of fabric, like hanging out of one of the bins. She goes, what's that? She goes, oh, that's nothing. She quickly shuts it back away and goes, anyway, am I free of duty yet? Mackie goes, no, actually. And then, I didn't announce it during the show, but in Challenge Run canon, I think there was people thought they were going to do it in real life, they never did. We're going to have Electric Callboy and Baby Metal perform Ratatata as at Bash in Berlin live. And, Mackie is excited because, Baby Metal are the goats of the J-pop genre. She's like, get us backstage tickets. Get us backstage so we can meet the girls. Jessica goes, how much reach do you think I have? But fine, I'll try. And she walks off. 66. Awkward mout, apparently. Alexa Bliss and Xia Li. Sure, I can see it, to be fair. Alexa does win with a Twisted Bliss in 12:57. 64 for Alexa Bliss. 54 for Xia Li. We then get to our penultimate matches of the evening. 29 for these two women in a match with no investment. That's actually pretty good. Sure, I'll take that. We're jumping through a lot of loopholes to imply that that's good, but sure. And also, it's Heat. We can be as shit as we want on Heat. Kalani Jordan does pick up the win for Persephone, though, in 9 minutes and 30. 32 for Kalani, 37 for Persephone. So yeah, Kalani Jordan has advanced to the finals next week, where she'll face either Jada Parker or the Megasis. And a match that gets a 45. And of course, it's the Megasis who picked up the win. She pins Jada Parker in 7:28. 54 for the Megasis, and 25 for Jada Parker. So it'll be Kalani Jordan and the Megasis one-on-one next week. A big versus little, high flyer versus powerhouse. Tried and true tradition. David versus Goliath bout in the finals of this tournament next week. Let's see who can get it done and advance to Bad Blood in Paris to face Candice LeRae. 53 rated Heat. Sure, I booked the show backwards, apparently, according to rating. Oh, actually, no, because that's a 29 and a 45. But yeah, what matters more is week 4 of the show, mainly of Raw. And I'll see you next time for EC Dub. See you then.